Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I got something really cool. I'm really excited to show you because I'm real proud of this one. For the little context first before yes, it's my video, so there's going to be a slight bit of rambling, but it is what it is. Anyway, on a better note, sludgy. I ain't been awake long, so everything's kind of Anyway, I hope you guys are all being safe out there. I hope you guys are having some quality time with your family. I hope you're getting some stuff done because I got a big to-do list that I'm still chipping away at, but we ain't made much headway. Except for a few things like this video, which is epic. But anyway, like I said, hope you all are being safe. Hope you all are doing good out there. As for here, well, today I have finally made something that I've wanted to make for a long time. It's not the full-size thing, but it's a start. Today, I'll be showing you how I built a fighter pit / arena. For the longest time, I've wanted to build an arena fighter pit thing because you guys have heard me ramble about him a lot. My own personal favorite character is Umlik, the half-orc barbarian. His backstory was he was a gladiator. So I've always wanted to build a arena. Sadly, this one's not exactly modular, but it's not modular in the sense that I can shape it and make it into many different arenas, but it is modular enough to where I can mix it in with a lot of different scenarios. Like this one can go in the sewers. It can go in like an old ruin. It could be in the middle of a city, like a little sparring place for people to settle social disputes or small claims courts, but with your fists. Or some stupid shit like that. But anyway, this one is very simple materials, and you guys probably have this stuff laying around your house already. So hopefully you guys can get an idea for this. But I think I've done some rambling all in around. I think I've done enough rambling. I think I've covered everything. But yeah, we're gonna roll onto the table. We're gonna show you how I made this awesome fighter pit or mini arena. So let's roll. Okay, everybody. Now, the first thing we're going to start off with is you probably have seen these, like, crushed brown cardboard-looking things. They're, like, packing containers and such. And, like I said, you probably have them laying around your house already from various packages and, maybe even home appliances that you bought from the store. Well, I started off wanting to just build some platforms so my battle mats would have some high-rise areas. And then I noticed this one right over here that has the big hole in it. One moment. Excuse me. The one that has a big hole in it. That one came from the bottom of a package that my sister got because she got a rice cooker, a very tiny rice cooker. It's adorable, and it has like I said, it has a nice bottom of it. So we're gonna take that. That's gonna be the base for this whole thing. What I did was I just took it after I trimmed off any loose bits around the edges and stuff. I hot glued it smack dab onto a piece of chipboard. That way we have something else to glue the poster board and everything to. That way it will stay in place really nicely, because I thought poster board was the easiest way to go with this particular thing. And now for the one thing did pop up in the next part I wanted to remedy was the little alcove looking places in the corners. If I had thought about this when I was first building, I would have left the grating that I'm about to do. I would have left it clear, like see-through, lift the holes in it, and I would have put some tea lights in there. That way, there'd be like some little torch fire or something glowing. It'd be a really cool effect. But I didn't think of that. I was just too into the build, and didn't think to add that until later. As you can see right here, we have the poster board. I totally meant for this video to go this way. I didn't totally misplace the pictures in random order like a moron. But anyway, now you see here I got these labeled pieces of cardboard. I cut these to shape in each of those little alcoves because funny enough, the alcoves are not all symmetrical. They're not all the same shape and size. So what I did was I took some super glue or some really good adhesive, because this granny grating, it is notorious for just not wanting to stay glued on things, but I managed to make it work for this. As you can see in these corners, I do have the numbers labeled as to which one goes in where. And a moment. Excuse me. Having to clear my throat. Still got the sludge. Anyway, and after have them everything's marked up, and that way I don't put the wrong one in the wrong spot. I glue them in place like so, and it looks pretty nice. The idea for these little alcove areas is that people could watch from inside. Maybe the next gladiator is sitting inside there waiting. Maybe maybe some traps like a gas trap, a fire trap, or a dart gun is just shooting out from the sides when people get close enough. The sky's the limit with this idea. The next thing was the center. I was originally going to just put I was going to cut individual little bricks to have almost like a mosaic. I think it's mosaic. Little picture in there of some sort of maybe Cord or one of the gods of battle. But then I thought it would be a lot more better if I make it look like grading. So lucky enough, I had this paint palette, and it was despite the little hanging hoop there, it was the exact size I needed to fit inside. So what I did was I laid it on top of some granny grading, not clearly in the center. That was just for this picture because I'd be wasting a lot of granny grading. And I cut it to shape, like you see here, and then used some Eileen's tacky glue to plop it right in the center. And as you can see, it does look a little weird right now, but the Eileen's tacky glue, it dries clear, and you have nothing to worry about. It will look great, especially once we get the dry brushing of the metal on there. And yes, as you can tell by the shape, I did glue it off center because, well, I'm an idiot. I didn't think, hey, maybe I should look at what I glue down. Nope, just slap it on there because that's America and that's how I do things. Yeah, that's totally not going to be taken in a stupid way, is it? Anyway, the next parts that you see here, I take this little tool right here, this little wild looking tool right here. It looks like a multiple comb thing. It is, it's for getting different curves and stuff. Well, on these weird uprised areas, I wanted to make it look like steps, have little standing platforms. So I use this weird tool here to get the exact curve so I can make a template and then glue these down onto the platforms. On this next picture, you can see here, they're glued down, as well as the next step down below that, and I think they look rather well. This is not, oh wait, I can't remember. These aren't actually glued down right now. I can get a little ahead of myself. These are not actually glued down. These are just a dry fit because I still have to texture them, and it will be a pain in the hind end to get down in there with a ball of tin foil. So the next thing is we just peel the paper off. I did take it outside and black bomb all of the granny grading in the places that were going to be, it'll be a pain in the butt to get in with a paintbrush later before I texture and glue these on. So here they are, just with the paper peeled off. Get another shot of that, and it's looking pretty nice. And then I textured them to the steps using just a ballpoint pen and I did use a little bit of an X-Acto blade to get on the edges because I wanted the stones to kind of go down to keep, to continue the full stone shape. And then I textured everything with a ball of tin foil to give it that stony texture, make it look really nice for dry brushing later on. Here's a wide shot, shows all of them done, and pretty nice looking, if I do say so. Here's a little picture of Umlek and Roderick standing in the middle for scale as to how big this is going to be. And by sheer funny coincidence and total planning, right? The little shelves that little shelf steps, whatever you want to call them. They're steps, not shelves. What the hell am I talking about? They actually do fit perfectly for 1-inch bases. So you can have multiple you can have multiple fighters in the arena. You can have people standing on you can put villagers standing on the sidelines as people cheer as the fight goes on. Make it look really, really nice. The next thing was all the places that the steps were there. I didn't like how blank it was, so I took some individual foam bricks that I made using Blackmagic Crafts like tumbler, coffee can rock tumbler thing to texture them. I took a bunch of those stones because I had them left over from making my my modular houses and yada yada. As you can see on this picture, we have the full finished. It's like all the exposed cardboard and everything is fully, just covered. It looks nice. All of it's textured. All of it's been detailed with stonework, and it was looking pretty good at this point. So I took it and I hit it with the Blackmagic Craft style of Mod Podge and black paint, which is a really good combination. It seals it, it becomes rock solid. It's nice and it makes a good primer. Get it all the way around, had to wait a good bit, and even with it just being on its own, this would make heck, just with the Mod Podge and stuff, I was sitting there thinking, and for a split second I thought about making it like just an obsidian arena, an arena made of obsidian, but I had to talk myself out of that. Now in this picture right here, you can see where the for some reason the granny grading that I had, it just for some reason was, as you can see in these little lighter area where the paint did not stick. I blasted that thing twice with I blasted it twice with some black spray paint, and even I hit it with some black paintbrush, but for some reason it just kept on being see-through there. I don't know what it was. Maybe I should have washed it off. Maybe it had some mold release agent or something on it, but we were able to overcome that and just keep going. Here we hit it with a dark gray, just a typical dark gray, or any gray, whatever you want to do. You can even make this look like sandstone if you wanted to. And I did the whole thing. It was looking pretty nice. Then we did a dry brushing of a lighter gray. Simple, keeping it going. And then finally a off-white. I was actually out of the warm white that I had, so I just used a normal white. Did a dry brush on all of the grading, the gunmetal gray. I did touch up the grading, but with some more black paint from where the dry brushing of the stone bled over, and it was looking pretty good at this point. So there's a shot of the side grates, looking really cool. That would have looked really nice if I had done the tea light thing, but retrospect's a pain in the ass. And I was liking it, but at the same time, something was just bugging me. Something I wasn't into the whole. I started not liking the whole just solid gray. So what I did was I took some, I basically retconned the whole thing, and I repainted all of the individual brick areas with this sandstone kind of tan color, because I felt like something needed to break up all that gray. It was just bugging me. And then, as you can see, it's not that bad. And then after that, I hit it with a dry brushing of the off-white again, like the little bit of white off-white. That would have worked really well if I had the warmer, dirty white kind of color, but like I said, I didn't have any of that. And then we hit it with a black a black wash, the typical Blackmagic Craft black wash. Yes, used a lot of his stuff in this one, and as you can see, I'm pretty damn happy with it at this point. This part, I was excited. I was so happy to see it done. But we weren't entirely done, because I just decided to hit it with a dry brushing of the very light white again, and then we were done. There was a lot of parts in this build that I could have done a little bit differently, but considering it's always a case of you build it and you just go with what your head's telling you, and then at the end you're like, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done that differently, yada yada. Which there's nothing wrong with that. It just makes you more prepared for the next. Makes you just more prepared for the next time you build something. These next few pictures, though, are some really cool ways of you can add other terrain build bits with. Pardon me. You can add other terrain bits with this kind of thing, and you can make a lot of different scenarios. The first one here is typically, Umlek fighting some other gladiators. Just put some braziers up in the corner, and you can have a really nice classical little fire pit thing going on. The next one, I took the Crown of Fangs, the Crown of Fangs Crimson Court, I think is what it was called, bits, and I set them up in this specific spot, and it looks like a really cool little court, like a little court for an evil king and queen. Very nice. And this next one, it just really made me smile a lot. I probably should have put the Probably should have rearranged the things a little bit better, but basically it comes up as like a little wizard's tower. We see some other things from my other videos, like the Forgotten Altar, the Forgotten Tome Bearer, my enchanting table, and the mirror from back in the early days of this channel. And some other little things from the, what was that? It was that dang review that I did about the market stalls and everything with all the townsfolk from WizKids. And of course, Umlek likes it too. There he does. Umlek is really happy with it because he's standing there on top of the pile of people that he's kicked a lot of ass, and he's giving it the battle cry of approval. Alright everybody, that's basically how I made the little fighter pit tiny arena. Yeah, well, I wouldn't call it, I mean, you could call this an arena. When I think of arenas, I'm thinking of like the Coliseum and all that kind of junk, so, but in all purposes, I'm very happy with it. I can't say anything other than I'm very happy with it. I'm gonna sound like a broken record again. Now, when I first saw this, like, I was kind of worried that it was gonna be a little too small. Like, yeah, the little fighting pits that you saw at the beginning of the Conan the Destroyer movies. No, Conan the Barbarian, not Conan the Destroyer. Good God, I'm getting my movies mixed up here and pulling some sacrilege. Anyway, from Conan the Barbarian, when he's, enslaved and he's put in those small pits to fight, nothing bad with those scenes. It's just like, I would probably only be able to put 2 minis in it, and it wouldn't be as dynamic. This one, it's not too big, it's not too small. I mean, in my opinion, I could make it bigger, but I need to start with something and then build off of that, right? Because if I just start off with something big, I'm gonna have a waste of materials, and then I'm gonna have an unfinished video. Oh, good lord. As if my channel wasn't built on that enough. But anyway. I really hope you guys at least got some ideas as to what you can do with this. Like, literally, I made this out of just excess crap I had laying around, and I pretty much didn't really have to buy anything. I think if I did the warmer white, the warmer white, the old dirty parchment color that I used to use. If I had some of that, I think it would have worked a little bit better. My microphone's shaking for some reason. I think it would have looked a little more good, but I'm happy with it because I can mix this in with a lot of different places. And heck, if you guys do build this or anything, heck, I expect you guys to do a lot better than me. So I mean, like, if you guys do build it, feel free to post it on the Crafters Guild. I know people there would love to see it. Hell, I'd love to see it. I'm always swooping around in there like a vulture to steal ideas and just see how awesome people are at making something epic out of literally nothing. Stuff that people just throw away, people turn around and make it into something epic. They build an entire little world out of just garbage, and that's amazing to me. I also have a Facebook page down below, finally, so that way you guys can keep up to date on crap that happens. I need to be a little more diligent about being involved on that. Well, I mean, just posting stuff of any kind, because like I paint minis and junk, and I never really post anything about it. But we're getting into that later. That's rambling. If you feel like checking out more stuff that happens on this channel, it's down below. I also have a merch shop down below. It is Redbubble. Redbubble is getting we got little. Either we have those little metal pin buttons, little metal ones that you put here on your hat, like that possum one I got on my other hat, whatever the heck it is. We have those now, which is awesome. I do have to edit some things, so if you guys do see that some prices are weird as shit, it's because those are probably some of the items that I missed in my editing, so I'm going to edit those to check back later. There's a lot of stuff coming, a lot of stuff more to come, and, well, y'all stay safe out there. Keep washing your hands, keeping your sanity if you're trapped in the house with your family, and, I mean, can't get any worse. I should not have said that. I'm pulling a Hagrid. But anyway, I mean, things are going to get better eventually. I mean, like, they always say it's going to get worse before it gets better. So, I mean, like, it's bound to get better at some point. But all my rambling aside, thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.